Okay. So this was something that I saw big. A few of you are doing our business boot camp right now. A lot of people in that group were saying, I need new fresh blood, all of that kind of stuff. And this is perfect because it's actually what I'm currently doing. You guys know that I've been doing this for just shy of 8 years now. And I have to constantly be building my network because the warm market died years and years and years ago. I pretty much, quite honestly, almost every single customer I have and business partner, I'm trying to think who they all are real quick. I didn't know prior to starting Plexus. So basically, my entire team has come from me networking. Okay. I have used Facebook to build almost my entire 6-figure business. Basically, for the most part, like kind of met other ways in a sense, but Facebook has been my bread and butter. So since I've been doing this for so long, I'm getting some stalemate situation on all my Facebook friends. I've gone around the block. There's only so many times you can try and butter someone up, get to know them, ask them to try Plexus like 15 different ways before it's like, oh my gosh, I just can't anymore. I just can't. So I am starting I feel like I'm starting at ground zero. If anyone else feels like they're starting at ground zero, I'm pretty much starting at ground zero all over again. I literally have been deleting Facebook friends that I'm sick of trying. Like I said, like there's only so many times you can message someone to try and get to know them and anything. And so I want to be excited when I see someone posting. I want to be, if I don't want to talk to someone, if I see them at the supermarket and I don't want to talk to them, I don't want to talk to them about Plexus. So that's kind of like if you're trying to build a relationship with someone that you're like, I don't want to see you face to face, I wouldn't approach them about Plexus because I want to work with people that I'm like, let's go to Punta Cana together. Yes. That's who I want to go to. That's who I want to work with. Okay. So I want you to feel the same way about your business. You're going to be more excited if you're working with people like Tiffany, Elise, Joy, like that, like I'm going to Punta Cana with these people. Okay. I'm excited. Deidre, we're going to Punta
Adrian.
Cana. I didn't see her picture and I had to read her name there for a second. So that's what I want you guys thinking about with as you're building your business of who do you want to work with? Okay, that is part of growing your network. So what I am currently doing, and we're going to do some work here as well, because why not? We're going to be here together and we're going to pound some of this out together. This does not take very much time. Okay. The beginning steps does not take very much time. The nurturing is what's going to take the time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's called network marketing. You have to work. Okay. The first step that I do that I found to be the easiest when you're looking for new Facebook friends is think of someone that you love. And I'm saying you want to go to Punta Cana with them kind of idea. Think of someone like that. Next step, make sure that you want them to have a nice network. So I think of people that are like prominent in the community, people that have fun, outgoing personalities, those people that just like talk to anyone and everyone. Those are the kind of people that I think about. So I did this recently. A few of the people that I have done this with, one is a real estate agent. One, her and her husband own a mortgage brokerage company. One is actually married to my ex-boyfriend. she I stinking love her. She can talk to anyone and everyone. Like everyone loves her. She's super bubbly, super outgoing, so sweet. So she's another one. So I go to their Facebook page and I look at their friends list. Okay. First thing you're going to do is you're going to scroll past the people that you guys are mutual friends with because you guys are both friends with. And then you're going to get to this part where you're not friends with them. Let me see. Hold on. I'll show you. I'm going to screen share so you guys can see. I'm going to have to think of somebody else's page to go to in a minute because this is my friend that I did yesterday. Okay, you guys can see? Yeah. Okay, so you click on friend, hello. Oh, there. We click on friends. And then right here. So these are all people that we're mutual friends with. So scroll past there and then boom. Okay, we're not mutual friends with these people. So this is where you get to work. Okay. So I have a 10-person rule. Every once in a while, I'll go for like 8 or 9 people, depending. My rule is just 10. If we have more than 10 mutual friends in common, they're getting a friend request. So like you see, these are like 1s and 5s. I'm not going to add her because I know her too well. I've already done these. So if I see, oh, here, I'm not going to send this because I might have already sent one and she might have rejected it. But this person I have 16 mutual friends in common with. Boom. So I just scroll through here and it's so quick. You scroll, you click, you scroll, you click add, scroll, add, scroll, add, 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 add. That's what I do. Okay. You can set a timer and say 20 minutes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to scroll for this entire 20 minutes and click add, 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 add all over the place. I'm going to stop sharing because I don't need to anymore. Okay. Or you can say until I get to the end of this friends list. I have done this with people that have like 3, 4, 5,000 Facebook friends. I have had to break that into a couple days because the scroll takes a while. So you can do it however you want in that space, but that's the starting block. And the reason, like, I'm very specific with whose page I go to, because if I go to somebody else's page that they don't have much of a network with, like if I don't align with them, if I'm not excited about them, like this is the same. Do you think I'm going to align with their friends? So I'm going to people that I love, that I admire. When we do step 2, you're going to get a little bit more why I do this. I don't go to these people's pages before I click add to see what they're posting, to see what they're sharing, to see if we match. I don't do that because they have to accept my friend request before it even matters, right? So to save time, I just go through here real quick and add Facebook friends like crazy. Add, 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 add. A ton of them are going to delete my friend request. I don't even know who these people are. I don't care. I'm not even going to know, right? Doesn't matter to me. But a ton are then accept it at the same time, right? A good chunk of them are accepting. I have a ton of new Facebook friends. Brand spanking new. Okay. So we're going to do some homework and we're going to do this for like 5 minutes. Okay. So everyone, you got to think of somebody in your life that you admire, that you like. By the way, don't have it be someone on the team. Like, don't go to Elise's page and start friending all of her friends. That's dumb.
I think my friend list is hidden.
Mine is too. Yeah. And you might end up on somebody's page that their friend list is hidden. So you pivot and go find somebody else. But think of who that person's going to be and I'm going to set a timer and we're going to do this for 5 minutes. Okay. This is perfect because I haven't done this yet today. Okay, 5 minutes. How'd we do?
That was awesome.
Everyone found one, somebody?
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, it took me a few minutes just to find somebody. But after I did, I was already like 3 minutes into the timer and I got plenty of friend requests out and I'm already like, I gotta keep going with this one. I like this one. I always laugh too when you have like 50 mutual friends and you click the send request or add friend button and it says that you might not know this person, so you can't add them. I don't know if anyone else has ever done the suggested, on Facebook, the suggested Facebook friends too. Every once in a while, I'll click on one of those and it will tell me that. I'm like, then why are you telling me that I should be friends with them? Facebook is
I would have legit messenger conversations with people and then try to friend request them. And Facebook would be like, no, you're not, he doesn't look like you're friends with them. And I'm like, I am having a conversation.
right.
You're like, hello. And I'd have to tell them, hey, can you friend request me because it's blocking me? And then it would work. Like they could friend request me, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
had to have it recently with one of my team members. She who wanted me to friend her best
Yeah.
friend. Her best friend told her to friend request me, and we had like 50 some odd mutual friends, and it said no. But then her friend was able to friend request me. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so that has been what I have been doing for just over 2 weeks now, and I have about 200 new Facebook friends. At least. So I started with, I think, around 3,700 Facebook friends at the beginning of this year. And I have my goal was to basically get 300 new. I wanted to end up at 4,000 Facebook friends by the end of this month. And I have 3,876. So I have 124 to go to hit my goal for this month. Okay. So that's the step one of growing your network. I can do a whole different one. I'm not going to really go over Instagram today because there are some ways to kind of do something similar to this on Instagram. I'm just going to focus on Facebook today. Okay. So that is step one of growing your network, creating new Facebook friends, getting new Facebook friends. So step two is starting a conversation with them. My first recommendation is don't message them the day they accept your friend request. That's like jumping down their throats. It's too much. I've had a couple people from my friend request do that in the last week, and I was like, oh, hi. One literally sent me a cold message trying to get me to sell her Conga water machines. So I'm going to share my screen again, actually, to show you guys how this works. You guys might not be able to do this piece of the puzzle, but I'm going to have you do something similar, okay? If you can't do this piece of the puzzle. Okay, so we're on my friends page, okay? We're on my page under friends. You click on recently added. Okay, this is going to go in order of the most recent people that have accepted my friend request. So this person is the most recent person that accepted my friend request, okay? Mine's super long. Watch. We're not even going to, it takes a while to, I've got a lot. Like I told you, I've got a lot. So this stays here for a couple of weeks. I don't know how long they stay as a recent friend. I have no idea. We found the end. Okay. So what I do is I go to the bottom. I've already messaged a bunch of these people, but I start at the bottom and I send them a message. This is how I message them. So I don't need to share my screen for this. The first thing I do, you guys write this down. The first thing I do is I see if they have a story. If they have a story, I click on it and I hope that there's something about their story that I can message them about. If it's something just really dumb and stupid, I don't. Okay, that's step one. So if I can't message them from their story, I look at their posts. What have they posted most recently? Have they posted in the last week? If they have not posted in the last week, I don't message them about a post because that's going a little bit too much. Like I don't need to dive that deep. Okay. I have to like it is a requirement that I'm on their page. I have to message them about something. Okay. So if one of those two things isn't going to work, you know, those, you get those you become friends with someone and they literally haven't posted in like 4 months. Like what in the world are you supposed to message them about? This is my magic sauce. So number 3, I go to their mutual friends page. Who are our mutual friends? So this is why, part of the reason why you are going to someone you love and you admire, because you are going to message them and say, hey, I'm so excited to be connecting with you. I'm super curious. How do you know Tiffany Davis? I stinking love her. I adore her. Something like you have to pick someone that you know and you like to send that message because they're going to message you about that person back. And you better be able to say something about that person. Right? Sometimes I added a bunch of people from a Facebook friend that I don't actually know. She just has a really good network. And I was like, all right. And I felt a little weird when she was the only mutual friend that I was like, oh, I guess I had hardly talked to this girl, but I still said I was able to say I adore her. And I just made it work with all the conversations so far. I have made it work. But that is one of the things, okay? One of the keys. Look at that, Elise. See, you already have 2 new Facebook friends from that. Look at that. Boom, 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes later. Okay, so those are your 3 options on sending them a message. I'm having, I would say probably at least a 75% response rate of my messages that I'm sending using those tactics. That's a pretty dang good response rate. When they go to my page, they clearly can tell I'm in network marketing. It's obvious. Like, you know, when someone's in network marketing and they're responding to my messages. One note I am going to make here. You know how I told you that I didn't go to someone's page and like pre-check to make sure that I wanted to be friends with them? This is when I decide that. So I have unfriended some people that I have recently friended after I've gone to their page and been like, yeah, no, isn't going to work. Okay. That's okay to do. Like there was one lady where it was like, she was just sharing, like it was nothing but sharing memes or really dumb, stupid posts. And I was like, I can't.
Like the ones with cryptocurrency tagging 99 of their friends. And you've been their friend 5 minutes and you tagged them 2 posts.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are my friends I unfriended today because it's like, no.
Yeah.
That's not what we do. No.
I love it,
That's not
Tiffany.
what we
Way to be
No,
honest
wanna
and
be-
transparent, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this was hilarious too. This was that wasn't my person. There was one lady that I did send a message to that I was like, I don't know. And I'm not kidding you. I don't even remember how I ended up seeing it, but I sent her a message. Oh, I somehow like I saw that she read my message and I somehow like went back in there for some reason. I don't remember. I usually don't I don't track if somebody actually reads my messages or not, but I went back in there and it said that this person was no longer available on Messenger. She unfriended me. I was like, I should have just went with my gut and said, this isn't my person. But she took care.
Same thing here. And where the guy said that he had been cyber stalking me. Like I saw him in person. He said he'd been cyber stalking me. And I was like, oh, really? You know, like, okay. But we didn't get a chance to talk. So I started a conversation with him. And then he was like, I go on Facebook to just keep up with what people are doing. I have thousands of friends. I don't go on there to be sold to, and then cut me off. I was like, okay. He's a realtor. He's a
Not my
realtor.
people.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know how you do business, but okay. Yeah, exactly.
Bye. Yes. Okay. So you guys have the three ways you're going to message someone. If you don't have, like, Elise is not going to be messaging these two people. She's going to wait at least until tomorrow before she messages them. So if you go to your recent friends list, if you haven't added anyone in the last couple of weeks, you're not going to have anyone there. Okay. If this is this, I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes again. If that is you, if you don't have anyone there, you are going to reach out for those 5 minutes to anyone on your friends list and just say, hey, wanted to check in. I know the weather's been crap. Do you have power? How are you guys holding up? I have been talking to a lot, like, you're always like, we're just going to shoot the breeze, talk about the weather. It's dumb, but it's it's such an easy in right now.
Well, in all 50 states, my cousin shared yesterday, like from the Weather Channel, is all 50 states have recorded like lows right now. So it's like the entire nation is being
Exactly. So you can literally message anyone on your friends list that
the
lives
US.
in at least Canada or the United States, because Edmonton, Canada was the coldest place on the planet the other day at like -50. One of my customers used to live there and her sister lives there and told me, and I was like, hell no. That's what I said. I think I said screw that. I think
That's a
that's my
different breed of
response.
people.
Screw that. Hawaii even had a record low. Yeah, there we go. That's insane. Well, okay. All right. So timer, you guys ready? All right. And we're off. Okay. I did 4. Anybody else?
2.
I did 5.
Yeah, girl.
I was still going through the friends list because she had over 1,000 friends.
Did 3. I had one question though. How do you, when you go to somebody's page, how do you find the stories they posted?
It'll be a circle around their
There'll
profile.
be a blue circle around their profile picture.
Okay. Just like on Instagram, kind of.
Yep.
If you're doing
I
the
just shared in the
mobile,
chat one of the messages that I sent. So I sent 2. How do you know this person? And then I was in 2 people's story. No, one person's story and then one person's post. I have found, I will tell you, for these 2, for sending friend requests and for doing the like going to their page, looking at their stories, that kind of stuff, I actually like using my phone more. Oops, turned my flashlight on apparently. I prefer to work on my computer typically. However, this stuff I can do it faster on my phone. Sometimes sending the friend requests, it can go pretty quick on my computer for the most part. But I definitely like when I'm on someone's page, like looking at their stories on my phone is easier. Looking who their friends are, sending them that message is easier from my phone. So just kind of a thought process there. Okay, so those are like the first 2 like bread and butter steps. Okay. After you send the message, what happens? The next thing is, do they respond? Are they responding or not? If they don't respond, if they don't read it, like you don't like, do not waste your time worrying about if someone accepted your friend request or if they saw your message. Like, does not matter. Okay. If they respond, this is where we were talking, Elise was talking about paper planner. I write their names down. Okay. I recommend, to help you save some time too, if you can put a little note next to their name. Maybe I like when it turns into more of they just say like one thing, like we have one response back and that's kind of it. I need to keep going in there. If we start having a conversation, if things start to roll a little bit, I put a star next to their name. They're my peeps. Like this is going somewhere. Okay. Like today, one person that I've had a few interactions with, I went to her page and I've been talking to so many people. I forget most of who they are and what they're doing. I noticed on her page that she's a personal trainer. So I legit wrote down next to her name, personal trainer. Okay. So I have been doing this over the last few weeks. I just really started sending out the messages in the last week though. So I'm very much still getting to know a lot of people. So I write their name down if they respond. I'm literally just trying to get to know this person. If we're like, if our conversation starts of how do you know someone, that's kind of like, we're just talking about how you know someone. Like, I'm not getting to know this person. I'm just getting them to send me a message, really. But I can sometimes find out things about the people as I'm like, hey, how do you know this person? I might start to find out like what they do for a living or where they used to live or where they went to school, or like one I did today. She's friends with one of my really good friends from college. I did track with him. And so I found out that they used to go to the same gym together. So I'm assuming this woman likes to work out. Okay. So I'm getting little pieces from that. And so sometimes a conversation starts, sometimes it doesn't really, we don't get very far. But I have their name down, so then I have something to go back to. So if we don't continue, if the conversation just doesn't go, just do like I would like it to, which only a handful of these have just kind of naturally just continued. Like we're really getting to know each other. Then I have to go back and I have to kind of revisit this again. So every couple days I'm looking at my list, like starting at the top again, going down. So when you are doing that work time where you're getting to know people, so we should set a timer for sending your friend request, set a timer for sending that first message, and then you set a timer for building that network. Okay, so that's when you basically take this list out again and you start going through it, and you're pretty much going to do the same thing. Do they have a story? Do they have a post? Can you message them about something? Can you follow up on the message that you guys were sending? Was there something? I always send a message back that has a question, right? Did they not respond to it? Can I come back again and ask them, re-ask them, like, or can I say, how's the weather? Right? Do you have power? Because some people didn't have power for a couple days, like Nicole.
And
So
Adrian.
yeah, D too. Yeah, a lot of people didn't, like most of Portland was out of power.
My parents are still without it since Saturday at noon.
See, a lot of people don't have power. So that is essentially that next step of building your network. Okay, always ask questions. If you didn't notice, like I asked, how do you know somebody? There's always a question. So I send, for instance, a lady put a picture of her devotional in her stories the other day. And I said, I love those devotionals. This is the book I have. Do you love that one? I asked her a question. Like always asking a question to create a conversation. That's how conversations happen. You talk and you ask questions, and you talk and you ask questions. Okay. All right. That's pretty much my like how you build your network 101. Helpful?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does anyone have questions? Nope. Okay. Do we all kind of have a good idea on how often? Do we have any questions like how often you should do it or how long you should do it? I had 2 people respond already. Look at that. See?
Yep.
We already have 2 new friends and 2 people responding from that little snippet of that 10 minutes that we worked.
Boom.
How long do you have conversations with them before you start asking them about their gut health and stuff like that, or their
It all depends. So sometimes it just ends up coming up in the conversation. One of my plans of a lot of these people that I'm going through is to essentially ask them what goals they set for the year. They're like, hey, I set some pretty big goals for 2024, and I know that I'm more likely to reach them if I share them with you. Would you be open to chatting about what goals you set, and we can be buddies? So I'm hoping that they're going to drop some kind of like, I want to lose 50 pounds. They don't even have to. Like, that's just a foot in the door. That's a way that I can bring about that conversation. If they share their goals and they don't include anything with health, I can ask them, did you set some health goals too? I did. This is what I'm doing for my health goals. So that is a way. I have some people that I'm going to be approaching about the business because of kind of things that they have said in our conversation, like, hey, times are tight, guess what? Or I had a lady that straight up told me, I love side hustles. My husband and I have a ton of side hustles. And I'm like, I got a side hustle too. You want to check out my side hustle?
The big side.
Sometimes it comes up organically, and sometimes I just read the conversation. I like to have a little bit of back and forth before I say, hey, this is what I do. Curious if you might want to.
So do you lose a lot of these friends requests after you talk about it and they're not interested? Do they still conversations or
I don't keep track of that, to be honest with you.
okay? I'm
And
just curious if they just start. I'm gonna unfriend her now. No.
no, I usually like, and this is why I am friend requesting people that like I'm going after people that I admire that have big networks that like they're solid people is my thought process. Like I don't want to try and I don't want to fix people.
No.
Like I don't want to sit here and try to convince someone that they need to feel better. I don't want it more than someone else wants it. So I am trying to go for higher caliber people that are like, yeah, I got $100. I got $200. Oh, your products are only $200 for all that. I love it when people are like, that's it. Wow. I get all of that for $200. I was at a phone call with a potential business builder today, and he was like, okay, so I want to really try these products out. So if I dropped like $800, I would, really be able to speak to these products. I was like, if you dropped $800, you'd be buying the whole dang, like every single product that we have. Like, you don't need
Like,
to
what if
drop.
I told you could get a lot of products for like $300?
Yeah, that's what I was like, Jamie, if you
you
spend $300, you're pretty much getting almost every product we have. Like you don't need to spend more than like $300. So I'll set you up. You're good. And he's like, oh, all right. I'm like, yeah, you don't like, this isn't a big giant investment to start a business. Like I'm literally telling you this business is free. You're just buying your products. So, and I like, if they unfriend me, they're not my person. Like that person that I sent them a message and they unfriended me, not my person. Thank you. I actually say thank you. Like, thank you for removing yourself because I don't have to waste my time. I don't have to put time and energy into a relationship that's not there. So it's, if they unfriend you, thank you. Thank you. I'm here to find my people. I wanted to share this real quick because it was on one of the training videos that I was listening to the other day. And I have heard like, sometimes I end up in this situation where it's like that thought process of I'm just chasing down a paycheck. Like I'm only adding these people because I want to make money off of them. So challenging that thought process every once in a while, I do end up in that thought process and I have to challenge myself to get myself out of it because it's not true. That's not what I'm here and that's not what I'm about. Thanks, Christine. So one of the things first is I want to find my next best friend. Okay, because that I get to do that, like I'm talking about who I get to go party in Punta Cana with. That like I want more best friends. I want more people in Punta Cana hanging out with us and having a great time. So that is one of the thought processes of who's my next best friend gonna be? I'm sending all these friend requests because I want to find my peeps. Like that's part of it. The other part is this is a way that I can serve. I have something that can serve others. I have something that can help others. And I just need to find out how can I help them? Can I help them with more energy? Can I help them not be the snappy, anxious mom? Can I help their kids not be sick all the time? Can I help them dig out of debt? Can I help their marriage by making them a happier person by putting more money in their bank account? How am I going to serve this person? So when you are starting a conversation, I want that going through your head of how can I serve them? Because God calls us to serve, and that's what our business is. We are blessed to have this. How can we bless others with it? Thank you, Alec Clark. I love him. Okay, that's it for me, guys.
Thank you. I gotta go put Zach to bed.
Yeah,